This is case study number 4, Noah, by Justine Garcia, Paige Jones, and Audrey Ware. So who is Noah? He is a Mexican-American 10-year-old 4th grade student at Chicago State Academy. Noah has a primary diagnosis of schizencephaly. He has secondary diagnosis of cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, orthopedic impairment, and speech or language impairment. Noah qualifies as a student with multiple disabilities. At school, he receives speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy to address his needs. He lives at home with his grandfather, step-grandmother, and uncle. His grandfather has full custody, but he still sees his biological father. Noah enjoys playing with an iPad, cell phone, blocks, cars, and singing at church, and he uses a manual wheelchair. Noah's strengths. He is very outgoing and courteous to peers and adults alike. He enjoys school and is highly motivated to participate during instructional periods. Noah uses body language, such as pointing, facial gestures, and vocalizations, and a variety of communication devices to communicate with family, school personnel, and peers. He is very good at expressing his personal needs and care. Noah is successful in school when he is given extended time to finish his assignments and receives modeling, prompting, and guidance. He is successful in math when he has direct one-on-one support, modeling, visual representations of the problem, extended time, one-to-one instruction, and choices when answering questions. Noah learns best in 30-minute durational periods with frequent physical rest breaks and in a group of 4 to 5 students. Noah enjoys reading the Scholastic Weekly Reader series and responds appropriately to questions when 2 choices are provided. Noah enjoys and actively participates in his science class and social study class. He benefits from given examples and explanations. Noah is independent in feeding with finger foods and can safely manage a school diet when setup is provided. Noah is alert and aware of his surroundings. Now we will address Noah's areas of improvements. Noah currently functions 3 years behind his peers in all developmental areas which impede his ability to learn in a general education environment. He struggles with retention and application of presented content and skills. He has a short attention span and requires frequent cueing to attend to the task. Noah has gross and fine motor delays which impact his ability to access his environment. Instructor assistance, hand over hand, or modeling is required to complete activities with fine motor skills. He demonstrates delays in the following math areas: applying learned related vocabulary, general number sense skills, applied problem computation, interpreting geometric concepts, concepts of measurement, interpreting and displaying data, and solving numerical equations. Noah struggles with sight word recognitions and requires moderate level prompting along with a field of 2 to 3 response choices. He currently requires moderate to intensive support to accurately complete the task in language arts. Noah requires help in most activities relating to daily living, such as clothing manipulation, food preparation, and modeling for appropriate usage of encountered objects. Noah is dependent for his hygiene and clothing management. Noah continues to hit, scratch, and/or pinch on occasion. His grandfather believes this is out of frustration because he cannot express everything he wants to say. The following tests were administered to Noah by the occupational therapist. The Quality of Upper Extremity Skills Test is a criterion reference measure that evaluates upper extremity function in children between the ages of 18 months to 8 years of age with a diagnosis of cerebral palsy. The 4 domains assessed include dissociated movements, grasp, protective extension, and weight bearing. The sensory processing checklist is an educational tool that highlights particular signs of sensory processing dysfunction in the following behaviors: gross motor, fine motor, touch, movement, and balance, visual perception, auditory language, and emotional. Each area is evaluated through 1 to 9 school-related activities. The tester determines how often the child exhibits the following behaviors by checking one of the following: yes, frequently, sometimes, or never. After the checklist, the tester marks the academic areas of concern. The Wisconsin Assistive Technology Initiative is a concise 2-page listing of assistive technology arranged by the task for which it is utilized. The assessment was utilized to provide an overview of the assistive technology consideration, assessment, and planning process that the educational team should implement. The occupational therapist also did clinical observations and therapeutic handling. The following test administered by the special education was the Westchester Intelligence Scale for Children, 6th edition, and the purpose of this test was to assess Noah's intellectual and academic functioning and to assist in making recommendations regarding his academic needs. A review of his previous psychological data will be used. The Kaufman Test of Academic Achievement, 2nd edition, is an interview that was conducted with his teachers and Noah's one-on-one aide. There was also a second interview with Noah's father via telephone. The Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement, subtest age equivalent, grade equivalent, is assessment to assess Noah's letter word identification, understanding of directions, passage comprehension, and applied problems. The Westchester Intelligence Scale for Children 4 is a test to assess cognitive functioning. The data it will yield is Noah's level of verbal comprehension and perceptual reasoning. The Kaufman Test of Educational Achievement, 2nd edition, was administered to test Noah's letter and word recognition, math composite, math concepts and applications, math computation, and listening comprehension. The purpose for which it was used is to assess his overall reading, math, and writing abilities. The Peabody Picture Vocabulary Test was administered to test for auditory comprehension of language age equivalent, word classes and relations, grammatical morphemes, elaborated sentences, and a test of articulation. Finally, the Vinland 2 Adaptive Behavior Rating Scale survey interview form was administered to solicit feedback from Noah's guardian noting specific adaptive behavior ratings. Description of the test results. The quality of the upper extremity skills tests show that Noah's hand function moderately impacts the quality of movement of his upper extremities. The results for the sensory processing checklist and Wisconsin Assistive Technology Initiative were not included in the IEP. The Westchester Intelligence Scale for Children, 4th edition, was administered and an overall cognitive score of 57 was obtained, indicating intelligence within the extremely low range, ranking Noah's performance at the 0.2 percentile when compared to others his age. The results of the Kaufman Test of Educational Achievement, 2nd edition, indicated that Noah tested in the low extreme category for letter and word recognition, math concepts and applications, math completions, and listening comprehension. According to the Woodcock-Johnson 3 Test of Achievement, Noah is identifying words as if he was a 4-year-old, 5-month child. He can understand directions as if he was a 3-year, 3-month-old child. He can understand comprehension passages as if he was a 5-year, 11-month-old child. He can solve applied problems as if he is a 3-year, 3 months student. According to the Peabody Picture Vocabulary Test, Noah's word classes and relations is 4 to 6, and 4 to 10, which means that he falls in the range of a 4-year 6-month and a 4-year 10-month-old child. Noah's grammatical morpheme score was 3 to 3 and 3 to 5. These results mean that Noah falls between a 3-year 3-month student and a 3-year 5-month student. Noah's elaborated sentences score fell between 2 to 6 and 2 to 9. This score means that Noah ranges between 2-year 6 months old and a 2-year 9-month-old in the subtest. Based on the Finland 2 Adaptive Behavior Rating Scale, overall Noah has a low adaptive score. Communication and daily skills domains are low. He has a moderately low score in the socialization domain. He has adequate levels of functioning and coping skills and receptive communication. Remedial plan. The classroom environment is a concern, and we believe in order for Noah to achieve as a student, the classroom should be modified to be accessible for Noah's wheelchair. The classroom layout should be organized in the following. The desks and tables should allow the appropriate amount of space for wheelchair maneuverability in the class to participate in activities and in the event of a fire or fire drill. The desk or tables should have a cutout to allow Noah to sit in his wheelchair and have access to use the table or desk for school activities. The table or desk should be an appropriate height that accommodates for his lower extremities in a wheelchair, as well as to promote a task-ready position for his upper extremities and trunk to prevent hunching over. Books, arts and craft supplies, and toys should be at a height where Noah can reach without assistance. Noah's locker or cubby should also be at an appropriate height and location to allow for accessibility in his wheelchair. Noah would benefit from hand-arm bimanual intensive therapy because he currently depends on his right hand for activities. He is unable to and does not attempt to use his left hand. Habit is appropriate for Noah because it aims to improve the use and coordination of both arms in daily function. Noah would not benefit from constraint-induced movement therapy, also known as CIMT, because it emphasizes on unimanual training and he does not meet the requirements. Noah currently demonstrates decreased bilateral coordination with school tasks, such as using a glue stick or cutting with scissors, and is dependent for most self-care tasks. Noah would benefit from a wheelchair evaluation. This is appropriate because the team is unaware when Noah received his previous evaluation and his current wheelchair is a concern based on his abilities. Noah currently uses a manual wheelchair with a tray and can propel for a duration of time, but then depends on a paraprofessional for assistance. Noah is unable to and does not attempt to grasp or retrieve with his left upper extremity and also displays increased tone and limited activity range of motion in his left upper extremity. He depends on his right upper extremity that displays poor strength. Noah would benefit from a powered wheelchair and is capable of using a joystick control with his right hand. Noah also displays postural and lower extremity deficits. A new wheelchair should accommodate for these deficits to prevent further postural deformities, increase his ability to participate in bimanual activities, and maneuver independently and safely throughout the school and classroom. Noah would benefit from neurodevelopmental therapy to help normalize his abnormal tone and to promote more natural movements during activities. The paraprofessionals, teacher assistants, and family members would benefit from educating and training in proper body mechanics during transfers with Noah in order to prevent injuries. Noah's grandfather would benefit from education and training in the ABC chart as a tool used in home to monitor Noah's hitting. It was stated by his grandfather that Noah physically will hit others out of frustration if he is unable to express himself or if his electronic device is taken away. This strategy will assist his guardian and support the teacher if his behavior persists and transfers to the classroom. The ABC chart may also be used by other clinicians that interact with Noah if behaviors are exhibited at school. The antecedent behavior consequence chart will be provided for his grandfather and school personnel. The following accommodations and modifications are necessary. We believe that Noah would benefit from using assistive devices like pencil grips and various sizes of writing instruments due to his challenges with writing. He would also benefit from a wheelchair desk to promote independence. We believe that Noah would benefit from oral tests and his answers would be scribed by an aide to minimize the amount of writing. We believe that Noah would benefit from hand signs such as true or false, or multiple choices to significantly reduce the amount of writing. We believe that Noah would benefit from the use of a tape recorder to assist with retention. Noah has difficulty retaining information. We believe that Noah would benefit from symbols to text due to his challenge with writing. We believe that Noah would benefit from one of the text-to-speech programs, such as a screen reader. The screen reader highlights the words as it reads them. Noah has difficulty with both speech, focus, and writing. We believe that Noah would benefit from calming tools such as a stress ball or sensory activity due to his negative behaviors when his electronic is taken from him or someone attempts to take off his coat. He does receive a timeout. Perhaps calming tools and strategies will minimize or prevent such actions. We believe that Noah would benefit from role-play activities to improve retention, comprehension, and focus due to active engagement. We believe that Noah would benefit from peer involvement. He is quite social and outgoing. We believe Noah would benefit from enlarged print material, color contrast handouts, and preferential seating to accommodate his vision problems to enhance participation. We believe that Noah would benefit from an eye exam in order to identify the extent of his hypoplasia to provide the appropriate accommodations for assignments and visuals. We believe Noah would benefit from an audiological exam to assess his hearing since there is not an updated exam. This current exam will assess his hearing in order to make the appropriate recommendations during activities at school and at home. It is recommended that children with cerebral palsy receive yearly eye and hearing examinations. We believe Noah will benefit from a reevaluation of his communication devices because the grandfather stated he is not able to express himself at times and it leads to hitting or pitching. These accommodations and strategies are appropriate because it gives Noah an opportunity to interact more with his peers. The use of the devices and supports will assist Noah instructionally, and the modifications suggested will increase his productivity in the classroom. Summary and conclusion. Education for children with cerebral palsy is as important as any other child's education. Therefore, we have included suggestions that could be used for the benefit of all learners with cerebral palsy. Research has shown that the use of such varied approaches assists cerebral palsy learners to move at their individual levels. The Kaufman test of educational achievement revealed that Noah is functioning at the kindergarten level, noted as low extreme for letter and word recognition, math concepts and applications, math completions, and listening comprehension. In addition, Noah scored in the extremely low categories for verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, and full scale. Overall, Noah has a low adaptive score and his communication and daily skill domains are low as well. He has a moderately low score in socialization, but adequate levels of functioning in coping skills and receptive communication. Noah's upper extremity function is moderately impaired and affects his ability to do bimanual tasks, hold and use a variety of utensils, and complete self-care tasks. The Ontario Teachers Federation published an article about teaching strategies for students with special needs. The article has included a plethora of strategies teachers can use for Noah as well as other children diagnosed with cerebral palsy. The authors recommended students that demonstrate difficulty with fine motor skills would benefit from a pencil grip in the school setting. Also, they recommended the use of graphic organizers to focus on the main ideas of a lesson. Lastly, the article suggested the benefits of low, mid, and high-level technology used to assist students throughout the school day. As a special educator working with students diagnosed with cerebral palsy, it is important to incorporate bimanual activities throughout the school day. Debretto, Brandeo, Gordon, and Mancini conducted a study comparing constraint-induced movement therapy and hand-arm bimanual intensive therapy with 16 children diagnosed with cerebral palsy. The study evaluated self-care, play, and school activities per child, and each program was implemented for 15 days, 6 hours per day, and the parents performed a 1-hour session at home. The results revealed that both habit and CIMT increased independence of children, but the habit children showed greater improvements. Lesson plan. Grade level and class, primary K through 3rd grade. Subject area literacy. Lesson title, topic, fact or opinion. Instructional objectives. 1. Students will be able to distinguish facts and opinions. 2. Students will be actively engaged in group reading activities with purpose and understanding. State standards are listed as follows. Materials and resources. Graphic organizers, computer, smartboard, brain pop, instructional and or assistive technology devices needed. Fine motor assisted device, fact and opinion signs. Description of instructional activities. Introduction. Tell students that today we are going to learn about facts, true statements, and opinions, which are personal views or attitudes that might change. Activate prior knowledge by asking questions. For example, what is a fact? What is an opinion? Have students write the words fact and opinion and copy down the definitions on the handout. Instructional delivery and implementation. Demonstration and modeling. Draw a KWL chart on the smartboard and have students tell you what they think they know about children with special needs and what they want to know about them. Students will watch a brain pop video on cerebral palsy. Checking for understanding. Make check marks next to questions that are facts or opinions on the KWL chart. Guided practice. Students will turn and talk with a partner answering the question, is it a fact or is it an opinion? Distribute fact and opinion strategy sheet and practice the first question as a group. Answer any questions students might have. Review KWL chart for fact and opinion responses. Independent practice. Ask students to complete the fact and opinion handout. Closure. Remind students of the definitions of fact and opinion. Have students reflect on the importance of distinguishing facts and opinions. The assessment and evaluation. Assess students through observation of interaction during the KWL chart, turn and talk activity, and quiz at the end of the video. Instructional adaptations. Teacher aide will read the questions and students will respond by raising the sign fact or opinion. The aide will assist the student using hand over hand to circle responses. Students will point to one new fact learned during the lesson and the aide will add to the group chart. Teacher assistant will support special needs students with hand over hand simplifying the definition. For example, A fact can be proven, an opinion cannot. This strategy will lessen the amount of writing for the student. Strategies to meeting Noah's needs. Pair Noah up with another child that is carefully chosen and find activities in which Noah can be an assertive and contributing partner. Although his speech is not always clear, he does have verbal skills to draw on and has augmentative communication device. Another child can help him with motor skills while using the KWL chart. Noah can provide verbal or pictorial input about his ideas, and his peer buddy can write his response. This will give him a sense of autonomy. Develop an enlarged KWL chart to use at his seat with a color contrast handout. Preferential seating. Provide frequent breaks between activities. Paraprofessional support. Provide a pencil grip for his fine motor skills. Textured sight word cards to enhance vocabulary skills. Program sight word app into his Nova 10. Count the number facts that were provided as a class to accumulate the lesson. Independent tasks provide with 100% reliance on peer buddy or paraprofessional. Sensory caddy or calming tools. ABC analysis chart as needed. Check for understanding cards. Word red means I do not understand. Yellow means I understand a little. And green, I understand. These are the following resources that we had used to guide us during our recommendations, accommodations, and modifications. And these are our resources continued as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed our lesson plan as well as our recommendations, modifications, and accommodations we have suggested for Noah.